Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man, with another body cam. Today, we have man discovers his roommate was just killed. We had one similar to this, but it was reverse. We found it was like girlfriend's roommate, but it wasn't her roommate. It was just this girl visiting her, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I can't remember the title verbatim.
Yeah, I can't remember verbatim.
But it was similar to that title. But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. You got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
liking it with a thumbs up.
But hey, man, let's hop into it, y'all. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
Already.
Let's get it.
Hey, sir. How can I help you?
My roommate was attacked. I know it. I heard it. She's screaming. She was thrown to the ground.
Sir, come here.
This man just led police to a dead body. The victim, Amy Harwick, a celebrity sex therapist, was found lying unconscious under her third-story balcony. Officers were immediately suspicious of Amy's roommate, Michael Herman.
Hey, can I see your hands?
Yeah. That's where I poked it on the climbing over the fence.
Oh, okay, got it.
What do you think here?
I don't know, dude. Something's off. He might be a suspect because he's got blood.
The blood on Michael's hands and the signs of struggle found inside Amy's bathroom made it clear that this was a crime scene, and Michael is the prime suspect.
You still hear screaming? I still heard screaming when I was leaving. I yelled up there, "Hey, mother!" Because I wanted him to think I was coming upstairs, so maybe he'd like stop and run.
However, detectives began to have doubts. The further they investigated, the clearer it became that there was more to this crime than meets the eye. And as they dig deeper, they uncover that Amy had a history of troubled relationships and many people had it out for her. But one relationship stood out from the rest. One that was plagued with stalking, violence, and abuse, leaving disturbing clues that would lead detectives to one deranged killer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this deep.
I have so much I need to say. Please give me a chance to just say it, please.
At 1:11 a.m. on February 15th, 2020, 911 received a harrowing call from Amy's roommate.
I want to reduce the operator 434.
Yeah, somebody just attacked my roommate. We're at 2086 Mound Street. Find anything.
Okay, how was he assaulted? What happened?
It's a C. I don't know. I was downstairs. I heard screaming. Please get a cop here.
Okay, this is who's screaming inside?
I can't think right now. Amy Harwick.
I mean, who is she to you, sir?
She's my roommate.
Okay. Is she screaming for help?
Girl, get somebody there.
Did you see anything?
No.
Okay, so
No, I heard her screaming, and I heard her being...
All right, so I'm going to send out that somebody's screaming, okay? Since you didn't see anything. You don't know if she's being attacked, you're not sure, correct?
Yes, I know she's being attacked. I heard her got thrown to the ground.
With sirens blaring, multiple law enforcement agents rushed to the scene.
You get so irritated with the first.
Like you asking me questions, I'm answering it, but you cut me off. Like, girl, just send somebody. Well, I wanted to say it's screaming, but since you didn't see anything, well, it sound like somebody. Just send somebody, girl. Okay, sorry.
She gets so irritated when you hear these calls.
And it's not all of them. I've heard some good ones. You know what I'm saying? Some really good ones, but.
The information that they have as they arrive is limited. All they know is that there is a situation with a screaming woman and that somebody appears to be in danger. As soon as they arrive, Michael Herman, Amy's roommate, is the first person to come into contact.
Hey, sir.
Hi.
How can I help you?
My roommate was attacked. I know it. I heard it. She's screaming. She was thrown to the ground. I couldn't find my phone. I couldn't find anything.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you have access to here?
No.
Is there anybody else inside the house?
My roommate.
Just your roommate by yourself?
Yes.
You didn't check on her?
Dude, I heard screaming. I don't know if that guy had a gun or a knife. I came running I couldn't find my phone.
So is there somebody else inside?
Yes. So I think there...
I hate when they do that shit too, though.
And
there could be two victims instead of one if I went in to check on them.
It also, in a sense, like, it sounds so crazy to say, but it sucks in a way that
because now I
look like a suspect because now it's just.
But also you can't rule out anyone as a suspect.
I know, but it's if y'all can't find anything else because the other person covered their tracks so well that I'm the primary when I have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't. I don't know.
Especially if I went to check on her.
Yeah, like
and my handprints and I got stuff.
And I may get blood on me, and then y'all don't find no other DNA. Y'all don't find nothing else. Now I'm like, but I still have a duty to do. Like,
yeah.
Okay, sir, do me a favor. Calm down. Other than your roommate, is there anybody else inside the house?
I don't know.
So you didn't see anyone?
No, I just heard her screaming. It sounded like she got thrown to the ground. I've been calling for her through his windows. Nobody's answering. Nothing.
So where's your key at?
Inside, downstairs. The back door's open.
Here, come on.
Here. You're good. You good?
Shit.
6815 advises the responding unit, so we had to hop the fence. We're going to be at the rear of the location. Sir, come here.
Oh, see.
Relax. Take a seat.
Oh,
my God. Hey, we need it.
What was going on tonight?
I've been asleep all night.
When officers move into the courtyard, there lies Amy Harwick, 20 feet beneath her third-floor balcony, going into continuous seizures with glass surrounding her body.
Oh.
Was she thrown?
That's what it sounds like, man.
Because he said, I heard a
balcony, and I was maybe pushed forcefully out the door over. Because he said the glass. Unless, I don't know. I'm just trying to, picture. I don't know. Wow.
Damn. And she could have hit her head and started having a seizure.
Oh.
Damn, bro.
That's awful.
Bro, she's having a seizure. Oh, Jesus.
Amy lived in a relatively safe area in Hollywood Hills and was a well-known family and marriage therapist, so her home being broken into was unusual, and whoever did it made sure she had a painful death. She was thrown off her balcony, resulting in several serious injuries. The trauma to the head was so severe that it had resulted in a subgaleal and a subdural hemorrhage, sending her into continuous seizures. Not only that, but her neck showed signs that she had been strangled before falling off her balcony. Even though Amy started receiving urgent care, this situation was far from over. Not knowing whether the assailant is still in the house, officers began to breach and clear the ground floor.
Do you know if there's anybody else inside the house?
I don't. Oh my God.
What happened to you?
Anyone else inside? This is LAPD. Come out with your hands up. Hey, somebody pat him down, please.
Hey, stand up.
He might be a suspect. He's got blood on him.
Probably on my couch.
What'd he say?
He said he may be a suspect. He has blood on him, but he already told you he messed up his hand trying to jump the fence, so there may be his own blood. Y'all can test it and rule out that it's not hers.
He might be a suspect. He's got blood on him.
Probably on my couch.
Anyone else inside? This is LAPD. Come out with your hands up. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so you guys can move up in unison.
Yeah.
Ready? On you guys. Just hold it. They're gonna move up in unison. You're good, Pascal. Whenever you guys are ready, go ahead. Go, Pascal. All right, I got an open room. There's a balcony to the top. All right. Got couches. Looks like a kitchen to the right.
Unfortunately, the one responsible for Amy's condition has managed to escape. And as cops make their way through the home, they notice that everything is organized and spotless, besides a few areas of interest.
It's sticky. Beads. This is urine.
Urine? But none of the bathroom.
Amy's bedroom was a mess, with the covers thrown off and a pool of urine in the connecting bathroom. Often, when a victim is strangled, it results in the involuntary loss of bowel control. Moreover, officers would discover something strange. Right on the balcony from where Amy fell, a syringe filled with nicotine had fallen to the ground.
So there's a loaded syringe on this Right here.
Extreme doses of nicotine like the one found in this syringe act as a poison, causing organs in the body to fail and slowly kill an individual as they suffer from vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, and severe abdominal pain. Strangely enough, these types of drugs were never even present in the home, and even if they were, Amy would never take them, as her roommate explains.
A loaded syringe, so... Sir, do you know her history of drug use?
No, she's sober. She doesn't drink it. She didn't even drink.
She doesn't drink.
She doesn't even drink. She's sober.
So nobody in this house is doing drugs?
I smoke pot and stuff, yeah.
Okay, what do you mean and stuff?
Well, I smoke pot.
That's it?
Shrooms every now and then. Yeah.
Okay, so she's sober completely?
She's sober completely.
How sure of that are you?
I'm positive. I'm absolutely sure.
What do you think? I don't know, dude. Something's off. Dude, that rig is loaded completely.
Yes, it hasn't been used yet.
It hasn't been used. Hey, can I see your hands?
Yeah. That's where I poked it on the climbing over the fence.
Oh, okay, got it. So what about this one here?
I don't know what that is. I guess from the fence too.
Can you pull your sleeve back on this one right here? Oh no, on this one right here. This one. Can you flip it for me? Can you do me a favor? Look up. Can you pull your shirt down a little bit? Sure.
I'll take all my clothes off if you want me to.
It's really like shady. This whole thing's very weird. And then did you see that? How it's wrapped around on? It's weird.
Although Michael seems incredibly suspicious, finding out whether he's guilty comes second. The first priority is to ensure Amy's survival, whose condition was worsening by the second. Her pulse was nearly non-existent, and she was rushed to a nearby hospital where it was determined that she had sustained many serious injuries since dropping about 20 feet from the balcony, including lacerations to her liver and brain damage. And despite the best attempts from doctors, Amy Harrowing was soon pronounced dead. The syringe filled with nicotine, Amy's injuries before the fall, and no missing items. These were all clues that this was not a burglary gone wrong, but a planned murder. For police, this would make sense because working as a specialized sex therapist, and one that was very public with several shows and media presence at the time, was risky. There could have been too many people who had it out for her, since therapists often have to deal with emotionally problematic.
Was she a therapist, or was a sex therapist still a therapist?
Yeah.
I was thinking like
it's still
it's
they have
still,
different types. Yeah.
And sometimes obsessive individuals. For now, though, Michael Herman was the only person around Amy when she was murdered, making him the first suspect. Michael was already a suspicious individual, as his frequent cannabis use led officers to believe that he had at least some knowledge of drugs and could be behind the nicotine syringe. But more telling was the fact that his arms were covered in blood and scratches, which made him look even more guilty.
Man, you jump over a fence fast. I still got a wound right here from when I jumped over the fence as a kid. And literally, you know the fences that cross like this at the top, that spikes? Yeah. I literally was jumping over one of those real fast, and I fell on the fence. And like, you try jumping over a fence real fast you gonna it ain't gonna be easy to clear.
Yeah.
You gonna get some scratches off a fence. So... But at the end of the day, I know you can't rule anyone out. You can't.
So to get to the bottom of this, Michael was brought in for an interview where he would stay adamant about his innocence.
But I will say this: out of all the body cam visuals we've seen, he's the one that shows the most like panic concern. Like even the one we watched earlier with the woman with the son.
A lot of times, yeah, you're right. When we see the ones and they're actually the person that committed the crime, they try to be like super calm and try to like
dramatic.
Or overly dramatic or
like that.
Or like just like chill. Like I'm gonna cooperate. Like super super chill. Like
he's a little hysterical. He's trying to remain.
They always
calm.
try to like outsmart the
he's trying to remain calm.
Yeah.
But he's still nervous and he still shows caring.
Yeah.
But again, from a lot of everybody responds differently. It's just him. He's responding differently than what we.
But again, like you said, can't rule anyone out. So they have to do their job.
Remember? Do you still hear screaming?
I still heard screaming when I was
hearing screaming. Now, and we were at the house.
Because that was when I was yelling. Because when I was leaving, I yelled up there, "Hey, mother!" really loud because I wanted her to think I was coming upstairs, so maybe he'd like stop and run. You know, that
you would
was
know that he's not in the house
alone.
Two of them.
Right,
yeah.
right. And I didn't know if it was like, you know, I didn't know if it was multiple people. I just didn't know. And I just hope that would like that they would make the person flee.
Michael claims that after returning home, he heard screams from inside the house and then shouted loudly to scare off the potential attacker. He then entered the home to find the front door open and Amy Harwick's body on the ground. He immediately called 911 and attempted to provide aid while waiting for emergency responders. Not only does Michael fully cooperate with law enforcement, but he also has a solid alibi and witness testimonies supporting his account. Additionally, there is no forensic evidence linking Michael to the crime. Still, detectives can't rule out Michael just yet, as there are no other suspects and nobody had seen anyone outside of Michael enter or leave the building. But this is when police receive footage from a near...
Or also, you can't rule him out because he possibly had some type of situation. So even though you don't, you still have to look at every aspect, every angle of the situation and see that he have even any involvement in it and some such. So, yeah.
Nearby Ring doorbell camera, a crucial piece of evidence that would turn the entire case upside down. When the cops looked at the footage, they saw Michael come running out of the home, trying to wake up the neighbors and call for help. This was exactly what he told them he had done, which confirms the fact that he was likely only a witness to all of this. But the camera also picks up someone else at the scene. A strange male figure wearing gloves, hopping fences, and running through backyards. In many cases, this man can even be seen covering cameras with a gloved hand. Undeniably, this masked individual was the one responsible for this murder, but finding out who this could be was difficult. As they began looking into her life, there were very few people who wanted to hurt her. She was on good terms with her family and friends and had almost no enemies. So police began to believe that this may have been a case of one of Amy's past relationships coming back to haunt her. But yet again, almost all of her boyfriends came up clean. All but one of them, Gareth Pursehouse, a man who was reported by Amy's friends to be an obsessive ex-lover and someone who had previously stalked her. But before officers look into Gareth...
She used to date Marilyn Manson? Yo, what?
I think she's pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She's well known in the industry.
Because when he showed her picture, that's what I whispered to you, that I've seen her before, like on TV.
Yeah, like, and I feel like I've seen another one of her exes before. Damn, okay.
They decide to consolidate all of the evidence they have first. Because of the presence of the syringe filled with pure nicotine, detectives believe that whoever broke into Amy's apartment intended to kill her by injecting her with the syringe, but that their plans somehow went awry. Amy began resisting, and a physical altercation occurred that would be proven by a black rosary that Amy had been wearing around her neck. Beads of this rosary were found trailing all the way from her bedroom to the balcony. Not only that...
Did he say he saw bees?
He said, I see bees in urine,
Yeah.
That a black leather jacket that was turned inside out was also discovered at the scene. It is likely that the attacker snuck up behind her, grabbed her by her jacket, and a struggle ensued. The attacker then likely choked Amy, dragged her out to the balcony, and threw her over the top. With all of this in mind, officers began looking for somebody who would want to hurt Amy in this manner. Undeniably, the masked individual was responsible for the murder. However, identifying them could be challenging because, despite being a well-known public figure, Amy had no known enemies. Police start their investigation by questioning friends and family of Amy, looking for any clues on who could have committed this heinous crime, and it wouldn't take long for them to get a strong lead. Amy's friends revealed to police that about a month before her murder, they began receiving concerning messages from Amy. She expressed fear for her life, mentioning that she had recently encountered a stalker. A stalker which, it would turn out, she had an abusive relationship with a decade prior. 41-year-old photographer Gareth Pursehouse.
You still pressed
Amy and
after
Gareth
a
had
decade?
met 10 years earlier in 2011 when Gareth had worked as a photographer on a therapy event Amy attended. They dated briefly, but Amy's friends took note of the relationship being far from normal. In May of 2011, Amy tried to file a restraining order for the abuse she suffered in the relationship. Gareth often suffocated her, slamming her against the walls, dropped her on the ground, and punched her. Yet, somehow, this order was denied, as authorities believed there was a lack of evidence.
Lack of evidence?
How much evidence I got? What, to be 6 feet under? What evidence I gotta have?
I got bruises. I got all this stuff, and you tell me lack of evidence? Motherfucker, shut the fuck up, bro. That's that other bullshit when it comes down to the police, too. It's that restraining order bullshit. Y'all don't be taking that shit serious.
They don't take it serious, and the person you filing it against, man, don't care. So sad. And it has to come to this.
This meant a quick end to the relationship, at least for Amy. This was unacceptable for Gareth, as he started obsessing heavily over Amy, and his emotional state worsened. But Amy was the one who'd have to face the brunt of Gareth's mental decline. In the months after the breakup, weird occurrences began happening at Amy's residence. She would walk into her home to find picture frames were smashed. Sometimes there would be roses taped to her front door, and on other occasions, Gareth would refuse to leave her doorstep for hours.
What?
This just shows.
Is that not?
This just shows signs of. But she probably like ain't nothing, and he know ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it because you tried to go to the police before. And what the fuck they do?
Nothing.
So you can call the police all day long. What? I ain't worried. What the, bro? Yo. And I'll say this: it's L.A., right?
So yeah.
Take them shit serious, bro. And L.A., that's one place you should most definitely take it way more serious of. Well, any situation you should
I was gonna let you finish. I wasn't gonna interrupt you, but as soon as you finish, honey, no matter where you at, all 50 states, take it serious.
But what I'm saying is because she's a celebrity of sort, and like those, they have a lot of stalkers.
Yeah, true. But if true. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want to go back and forth.
But no, I agree with you. Take it serious in every aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone's wanting to come for a restraining order. And then they have the slightest evidence of, bro, just roll with it. It is what they saying, you know?
A year later, in 2012, Amy tried to file another restraining order against Gareth because he had once again assaulted her and dragged her out of a car. Fortunately, this time, the order would be approved by a judge, barring Gareth from seeing Amy for 5 years. However, according to her closest friends, Gareth's behavior became even more creepy and intense in the years after the restraining order was issued. If Gareth couldn't see her physically, he'd tarnish her reputation on every one of Amy's social media pages. Every single time she posted, she would get derogatory comments, and all of her publications in her field as a therapist would get bombarded with comments criticizing and degrading her work. But things would take a turn for the worst 1 month before Amy's murder. On January 17, 2020, Amy was attending the XBiz Awards, where she was a panelist of an organization called Pineapple Support, which was meant to focus on therapy related to workers in the sex industry. However, as Amy was having drinks before her segment began, she would hear a familiar voice, Gareth's voice, who was working as a photographer at the event. At this point in time, Amy had not seen Gareth in nearly a decade, yet he would approach Amy, angry and upset, saying that she ruined his life. One of Amy's friends would outline what the two talked about.
What you finna say?
I was about to say...
The restraining order
had been,
Yeah, what you about to say? Yeah,
I forgot it was just for 5 years.
But, damn, I was gonna say so. Oh, I was just gonna say this is just a pure example of why women have to. You got to respect women for being very selective, and sometimes women need to be way more selective with who they even given a chance to say hi to them. You know, it's because it's a lot of crazy women out here too. Don't get it twisted, but there are a lot of crazy men out here, and I'm just speaking in reference of who I am. I am a man. There are a lot of crazy men out here that are very weird and very aggressive. And a lot of y'all got homies that's be on that time. And people be passive. He a cool dude, bro. Start calling their ass out. It's a lot of them.
Facts.
They be on this type of time. damn near everybody knows at least one individual that has been accused of being aggressive, whether it's physically beaten or assaulting a woman beyond just physical. Everybody know at least one dude, and y'all don't be on man time or calling niggas out about that shit. You know? I start calling niggas out. Hey, bro, you weird, bro. Like, chill. Like, that shit ain't right. Like, calm down. If you can't handle the liquor, hey, bro, you don't need to be drinking it. I've told a homie that, hey, bro, when we doing stuff, stay out the liquor, bro, because you can't handle your liquor. You get aggressive with the ladies and shit, and everybody you be wanting to fight and shit. Ain't anybody got time for all that, you know? You go to jail for putting your hand. We in college, bro. What the hell you doing, bro?
Set, saying that she ruined his life. One of Amy's friends would outline what the two talked about as Amy called him for help.
The first phone call, when she called, I couldn't hear. It was a lot of loud commotion. It was chaotic, so I couldn't understand, and I hung up. And then 30 seconds later, I received another phone call from her as well, and all I could hear amongst the chaos or the sounds that were sort of the loud sounds was, "Get the F over here." Initially seeing them walk away, I first checked in with my friend who called me, and she told me, "This guy is freaking out on your friend." So I then walked over to where the two of them had walked to, and as I was walking towards them, the only words I heard was, "You ruined my life, you bitch."
After this event, Amy was...
How did I ruin your life for you doing some shit? She didn't ruin your life. You ruined your life.
That's sad.
extremely scared of Gareth and told friends and family that if anything happened to her, Gareth would be responsible. And he had sent her voice messages after the event.
I have so much I need to say. Please give me a chance to just say it. Please.
And her concerns were proven to be true, because when officers matched a picture of Gareth to the man seen on the Ring doorbell footage on the night of the murder, it was an exact match. But for authorities to be sure that Gareth is the same man they're looking for, they needed to search his home. Obtaining the warrant itself was not hard, because the sheer amount of evidence against Gareth gave officers reasonable suspicion to do so. However, this suspicion would soon turn into shock as syringes filled with nicotine were discovered in Gareth's home, exactly like the one found on Amy's balcony. Not only that, but Gareth himself had sustained injuries on his body and had bloody clothes scattered all over the home. But there was one piece of evidence that proved to be a definitive breakthrough in this case. A DNA comparison between the fingernail scrapings of Amy's body and Gareth would turn up an exact match.
Yep.
I love when an individual is getting attacked and they know they're literally fighting for their life and they start clawing. Get that DNA all up under them nails. Claw at their ass. If you can't, if I'm not able to survive, you ain't able to get away. I love when, you know what I'm saying? Because you give yourself a fighting chance to get justice. Dumbass, weird motherfucker.
Detectives knew that this was exactly the man they were looking for. So by about 5:00 p.m. the day after the murder, the cops locate and approach Gareth Purse house. In the face of Gareth's history with Amy and him being caught on camera, officers decide to charge him with Amy's murder. While sitting in jail awaiting a murder trial, Gareth doesn't show an ounce of remorse. In fact, while on a jailhouse phone call with some of his buddies, he cracks jokes and makes light of the whole situation. He even tells them that, due to the public's interest in him, they could become millionaires by selling old jokes he told while working as a stand-up comic. But this...
Is that comedy show that we...
Yep.
And it...
Yep.
Wow.
They could become millionaires by selling old jokes he told while working as a stand-up comic. But this...
Have we ever seen his...
I
Because he looks familiar.
I want to say we have.
Wow.
I feel like I done seen him before.
I feel
the
like
one
I
with
have.
the little this little thing on the top of his head.
Yeah.
What is that a mohawk? What's that?
Yeah, it's a
Half hawk
of some sort.
Some look cock-a-doodle-doo.
A little pea-hawk.
Something. I feel like I've seen him
from
before.
The strangest thing
he does look familiar.
Yeah, turn those into a book. Try right now. Actually, try to find a publisher that'll give you money ahead of time for that, just based on my name because of the media. Like that could be $1 million. I don't know. But I do have a joke for you. What's the most feminine candy bar?
Huh?
Hershey's.
Well, at least you have your sense of humor. Yeah, you got your sense of humor. You're making the best of it.
Yeah. Well, and also people are posting like crazy hate, and there's like, why bother?
So you said you're not getting out.
Correct.
Ever? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. I've seen what's coming at me, and it's not good. I'm not getting out. Super fun.
Gareth Pursehouse has made it very clear that he believes he is going down for Amy's murder, and he has completely accepted that. One could likely assume that if this man were not truly guilty of this horrific crime, he would not be speaking this way. Despite this, Gareth was bonded out of jail before his trial began. But Gareth was certainly panicking, because right after he was released on bond, the first place he visited was Los Angeles International Airport to escape the country. Normally, a person who has their bond posted is not allowed next to any airports or borders to prevent them from leaving the country. And if they're found doing so, they're arrested immediately and given no chance for a second bond. Exactly what would happen to Gareth as he was arrested once more.
Okay.
The trial of Gareth Pursehouse began in August of 2023. The defense claims that Gareth was only there to talk to Amy and that her death was an accident. They also argued that while Gareth had brought that syringe filled with nicotine to the scene, he had only intended it to be used for his own side. But the prosecution took a different approach and painted Gareth as an obsessive killer.
She rejected his advances. She cut off all contact. And to punish her for that, he broke into her house on Valentine's Day. He broke in there with a syringe loaded with a lethal dose of nicotine.
The prosecution's argument was
that make it even worse, because it is Valentine's Day. No Valentine's Day massacre on that type of time. Yeah.
Who bonded him out with the two friends?
Ain't no telling. He got connections, and they got money. Now y'all, because he tried to flee, now y'all out of that money and more.
Good.
Was solid. However, they had a major point that they would have to prove if they wanted to get a guilty verdict. That point was that Gareth came to Amy's apartment on the evening of February 15th, 2020, with the intention of killing her, not just to have a conversation, as the defense alleged. The defense also suggested that Amy may have ended up on the concrete below the balcony while attempting to get away from Gareth out of fear.
One likely scenario for how Miss Harrowing came to rest where she lived in the patio.
I knew they were going to pull that.
Encounters Mr. Pursehouse. In a panic, she runs through her bedroom to her balcony, climbs up and over the railing, attempts to lower herself or climb down, and is unsuccessful.
You only believe that yourself. Also, I wouldn't have to be doing all that if this man went in my house. Why is he here? You shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't have to live in fear. I shouldn't.
What they were more okay with is a breaking and entering than they are a. It was a premeditated, because premeditated murder,
he was just there to talk. We ain't nothing to talk about.
A premeditated murder in a situation like this give him life. If we can just give him a breaking and entering and assault charge, that's 8 to 10 years.
Well, explain the syringe. Why you bring the syringe if you just want to talk?
Because he wanted to self-harm himself. Basically, he was going to confess. And then inject himself and die.
Anyway, child. I don't like that.
Throughout the entire trial, Gareth Pursehouse never once took the stand to testify on his own behalf. Most legal experts will say that this is something that can be very telling to a jury. After all, if an innocent person has nothing to hide, then it is suspicious that he wouldn't speak out to defend himself. But whether or not...
I ain't gonna lie, you can still be innocent and take the stand, and you still can hang your... I didn't want to say it like that, but still, get yourself in more trouble than you know.
Well, I mean, I can at least try. Especially if I know if.
But I'm saying an innocent person. To me, completely honest, more guilty people be taking a stand, trying to convince people they innocent. What's the one in South Carolina? One he took out his own wife and son.
Paul, no.
The Murdaugh.
Yeah,
is it Alec Murdaugh?
Alec, yeah.
Is it Alan?
Alec. Is it Alec or Alan?
I don't know. Weird red. Y'all know the redhead dude.
Just say the last name. It don't even matter, man.
Cause we followed that case like tooth and nail.
That pissed me off.
That case still I still don't understand the concept of how he was able to do him the way he did him.
A little small and just everything they were doing with that. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Has nothing to hide, then it is suspicious that he wouldn't speak out to defend himself. But whether or not the jury in this case will see things his way, only time will tell. After finishing the deliberation process, the jury in this case reached their decision in September of 2023.
As to count one, we the jury, the above entitled action finding the defendant, Gareth Purcell, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all. Yes. Thank you.
And just like that, Gareth Pursehouse was officially convicted of the murder of Amy Harwick. The only thing left was for Gareth to finally be sentenced. Gareth Pursehouse was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
He just want his friends to sell the story so they can turn around and get him some money.
That's it. And I probably never seen that guy before. He just probably looked familiar. Looked like somebody. But that's crazy, bro.
We have seen, because the thing, it is called Kill Tony. We've seen him on that before.
I think we've seen him, but...
Look at this. Why the fuck he pops up?
Who? Him?
No.
Oh,
Speak of the devil.
Because they be, you know...
What that is weird.
Oh, what is it?
Bro,
Alex. That's what I said. Alex. Yeah. I don't know. That is weird, though.
I literally just typed in his name, and I was like, Kill Tony. Yeah, that's the little comedy spoof thing.
We typed in Garrett's name.
Garrett Pursehouse.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, about the kid. And
I'm
just scrolling.
And here go the Murdoch.
And here go Alec Murdoch.
Alex.
Remember, he
was like, Alex. Oh, he did. They did kept saying Alex, and he was like, it's not Alex, it's Alex. I said,
look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Buster.
Why
are both of their cases so... That is weird. That both of their cases...
Mm-hmm. That is weird. But, wow. That is so scary. The fact that you once was dating someone a decade ago. Like, you dated this man back in 2010, 2011, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Moved on with your life.
Then moved on with your life. Just trying to live your life. And someone is still obsessed with you. Like, do not know how to just move on. It's so, like, that is so scary. Yeah, I know.
A lot of people like that. A lot of people can't take rejection. It's one thing, like, hey, we break up. Hey, I still want to make amends. Hey, I'm reaching out. I want my girl back, but it's in a manner that you do it. Like, and you can win your woman back by staying persistent, but you don't have to be a stalker. You don't have to harass. There's a difference between persistent and being harassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't want to talk to you. Hey, can I just, but some people don't know the difference. Some people just don't even know the difference, though. Yeah, some people are that slow. They can't even decipher the difference between the two.
Yeah. But rest in peace to Amy.
Facts, man. She did not deserve that at all. But hey, man, y'all spell us up in the comment section down below. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Peace.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar.